What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Please like, subscribe, comment. It would mean a lot to me. So today, I want to go into the topic of judgment. Dun, dun, dun.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Okay, so judgment. And I'm actually looking at a definition on Merriam-Webster since 1828. They've been coming up with words. A process of forming an opinion or evaluation by discerning and comparing. An opinion or estimate so formed. The capacity for judging. Discernment. The exercise of this capacity. A formal utterance of an authoritative opinion. Blah, blah. Divine sentence or decision. A proposition stating something believed or asserted. Yeah, that's judgment. It doesn't actually sound that bad when you look it up, and then we have like these phrases like of sound judgment. I think discernment is a very appropriate word that probably is more used in that direction. When we think of judging, we think of it in a negative connotation. And it's not necessarily that. So why do I even want to talk about judgment? As human beings, we divide the world. We put things into categories. We go yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. We go, this is good, this is bad, this is good, this is bad, this is preferred, this is not preferred. This is right, this is wrong, this is black, this is white, this is true, this is false, and we decide all that. Everything in and of itself is completely neutral. But through our cutting, right, or like deciding, which I actually do believe like literally means to cut off, we decide what things are. I actually also think that this determines the thing itself, that everything is participatory, like is participating to your discernment in that way, like will become the thing that you have chosen and decided it to be. It will give that back to you. It will reinforce that for you because that's how it works. It participates with you. It is created by you. This is why judgment can be a good thing and it can be a negative thing. It not only cuts off, but it also cuts you off from what else that thing could be. If you take the question of morality out of it for a second, and you just look at how you are judging someone. Okay, let's take a really basic situation. Like you just judge that the person in front of you is a terrible driver. Okay, cool. Now you're driving behind someone who was a terrible driver. And you get to have all of that experience, all of what that entails. So all of the nerves, the anxiety, the, oh my God, is that person going to be all right? Am I going to get into an accident? What's going to happen? You've now created that. And now there's going to be a little bit of momentum. And if you keep down that line of thought, then you're going to keep getting that back. And then maybe even later on in the day, or this continues, and suddenly you're just seeing bad drivers everywhere you go, and now your world is just full of bad drivers, and you're really good at deciding who's a good driver and who's a bad driver. Judgment isn't bad in and of itself. It's just that the world works and that it gives you back what you have decided about it. So be careful what you decide things are. Be careful what you decide, especially of the people that are in your life constantly, especially of your own circumstances, especially of your own appearance or looks or your own intelligence or your own qualities, your personality. You think that you are stating a fact, like reading off a label, oh yeah, this this can of soup absolutely is tomato soup. But no, you're actually making it tomato soup by that determination. To give you like another example that maybe is more important for people, really look at the people in your life. Look at the evaluations that you have made about them. And hopefully there's a lot of really good evaluations that you've made. Hopefully you're like, this person is really kind, or this person is really generous, or this person is so funny, or this person is really successful. You know, like look at the people really close to you, because this is like what's going to make the biggest difference for you, right? It's the people that you spend the most time with, or the people that have had or have the biggest influence on you. And look at how you judge them, like good and bad. You shouldn't use the word shouldn't. That's what you shouldn't do. Don't look at this in terms of, oh, I'm not a good person if I judge others, because then you're just putting yourself in a tight box and you're actually going to be not willing to look into the places that you do judge. And you just need to be honest with yourself. And this is like a very selfish act, actually. So take it off this like moral, take away the moral question of whether or not you should judge, and look at it more from a selfish perspective of, do I want this in my life? Like, am I okay with having this person be that way? Because that person will continue to be that way as long as I continue to perceive them that way. It's not up for them to change. It's never up to anything else in the outside world to change, to make you feel better. You have to create it newly. You have to perceive it new. You have to let it be something other than what you've decided it to be. So if you see that, yeah, your partner is rude, is really rude, you do not win by continuing down that story of them being rude. The only way that you can change that is if you change. And what you actually change is you change your interpretation of that person. And you go, okay, I don't want to keep judging them. So what do I actually want them to be? I want them to be really kind to people. I want them to be really polite. I want them to be friendly. I want them to be considerate. I want them to be careful with their words, maybe. I want them to consider other people's feelings. I want them to always think of others first, or whatever it might be. Start always thinking in that direction. In this way too, judgment doesn't have to be a bad thing, because it can indicate to you like, hey, we're seeing something that we don't like. This doesn't work for us. How can we change this situation? How can we like change ourselves so that this isn't happening? So now you know what you want. You want a nice, polite, considerate partner. Okay. Start looking for that. Start saying that's who that person is. Start seeing everything they do from that light. Start noticing that quality in other people. Start noticing that quality everywhere you go. Start feeling like you can even be creative with these people. Like really just be creative. Start changing your own idea of yourself, that you are the kind of person that naturally attracts really nice people to you. You know, you can have it work out that way too. You can say like, oh yeah, you know, like I'm just always surrounded by nice, considerate people. People are so nice and considerate when I'm around. I always bring out the best in people. People, when they meet me, they're always changed for the better, and they always start seeing other people in a nice light. People, when they're with me, they always see the best in others. They become more caring through their interactions with me. You know, like, you get to craft the story. And in that way, you get to have people be who they are. So don't judge, but then at the same time, use your judgments to your advantage. Use everything to your advantage. You really want to take it that everything is always working for you. It's always, always, always for you, for you. It's a blessing. It's the perfect solution. It's exactly what you need. It's yours. It's the answer. Everything in your life can be the answer if you decide it to be, right? If you judge it to be. So that's it. That's judgment for you. I really do intend that all of these videos, I hope they give you some food for thought. Absolutely. But I also hope that you watch these and you take them and you go on with your lives, and they have like nested in your head, and they percolate and scintillate, and they expand your consciousness and your view of the entire world. I hope they make your life better and more enjoyable and more pleasurable and more calm and peaceful and wonderful and magical. And that's what I intend. And that's what you're getting, okay? Whether you like it or not. Right? I love you. And do not forget that this is your reality, and you are the one to make everything happen. You are the chosen one. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.